Hello friends, welcome back again to the series of lessons in Extended Essay. You remember previously we talked about different parts and modules. Today in part 8, we are going to talk about how to develop a paragraph. It's very important as all along your essay you separate some groups of sentences as paragraphs. But what a paragraph is, in academic writing, paragraph must have special rules. You should stick to those rules, otherwise it's not an academic writing. But when you are writing a creative, a fiction maybe, or a novel, everything, you are free to write as you wish. There is no rule for that. But here it's totally different. So let me start from the beginning. First, the appearance of your paragraph. One of the choices may be skipped a line. You should, in this format, you should start from the beginning of your leftmost of your page border here from the first letter and then type or write your sentences. When you finish that, you should skip a line here, a single line, and then start the next one exactly as before. The next format may be indented paragraph. Indent is referred to a space you leave at the beginning of your paragraph, the first sentence. It may include a few letters, a few characters you leave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, as you wish, okay? Then, when you finish your paragraph, you start the next one exactly as before with no skipped line. Just remember that if you have already selected your indent to be maybe 4 letters, here it must be also 4. Not more, not less. That's all. So you may choose skip the line or you may choose indented one. Do not do both. Regardless of any format you may choose for appearance of your paragraphs, it is very important that every single paragraph in academic writing must have one main idea, which is the first sentence. So the first sentence you write is your main idea. It must be just one main idea, and the coming sentences are all related and they are developing that main idea. When you get the last sentence, you have finished talking about that main idea. The coming paragraph will be different with its own different main idea. All the sentences are connected through special words or expressions named bridges. For instance, when you start talking about airplanes, continue talking about airplanes in the coming sentences. The number of sentences will be as you wish. When you get the last sentence, you have finished talking about airplane. Then you can start talking about apples. Everything you want. Pay attention. It's very important that if you start talking about apples in the middle of this paragraph, it is not an academic writing. And all the sentences are supporting your main idea. But the last sentence. The last sentence could be conclusion of the paragraph or a bridge to the next one. It's up to you. For instance, if you have a special argumentation including 3 paragraphs, okay, the last sentence in the first paragraph will be a bridge to the next one. And also is the same for the next one. But the last one will have a conclusion in the last sentence because the argumentation has already been finished here. Okay, let's have a practice on special cases from references to see how a paragraph is developed in academic writing. When an object is released close to the Earth's surface, it accelerates downwards. You see, this is the first sentence and main idea. So I expect all the coming sentences will support it. We say that the force of gravity acts on the object, meaning that it is pulled towards the center of the Earth. The next sentence, equally the object pulls with the same force on the Earth in the opposite direction. And the last sentence, not surprisingly, with small objects, the effect of the force on the Earth is so small that we do not notice it. Let's check the bridges. Here I have accelerates downwards, you see. Suppose that you release an apple and then it goes downwards. You know, downward means exactly towards the center of the Earth. So it's exactly the same meaning or same equivalent expression. So it's the bridge between the two sentences. What's the bridge between this blue and the green one? Here I have a word pulled. Here again, this concept is continued, pulls. You see? And here I have force on the earth, and again here force on the earth. So it's ideally developed, I think. Let's go to the next one. The assumption that air resistance is negligible is often unrealistic. This is main idea. An object that travels through a fluid, a liquid, or a gas is subject to a complex process in which, as the object travels through the material, the fluid is stirred up and becomes subject to a drag force. The process is complex, so even after introducing some simple assumptions about the resistance of a fluid, we will still not be able to give a complete analysis. Okay, let's check the bridges. Here you see air resistance. And again in physics we have equivalent expression, drag force. Okay, another one here, complex process, and this concept also is repeated here. You see, it has the bridges, so it's also ideally developed. If you want to have a better practice, I ask you please work on this main idea. Nowadays, Facebook has become source of news. If you want, please write some more sentences to make an academic paragraph to develop this main idea. Or you may work on this one. Self-learning is the foremost catalyst for driving individual development. Okay, it could be a good practice. Or you may start with any other main idea. Please practice. It is not an easy task, but you will learn it, I'm sure. Thank you for watching this video. The last video is the coming one, the part 9, which will be about the conclusion. And the series of lessons in extended essay will be finished in the next one. See you very soon.